Today we're looking at the LifeProof Fray waterproof case for the iPhone 6 Plus. I bought this case here in Australia for $119, so I'm expecting a lot from this case. The LifeProof Fray claims to be submersible to 2 meters for 1 hour in water, sealed from dirt and dust, closed to snow and ice, and to survive drops from 2 meters. So it looks like a good candidate for hiking, fishing, skiing, etc. Let's have a look what's in the box. It seems nicely packaged. Let's have a look at the individual components. Here we see that they're suggesting that before exposing your device to water, that you water test it first of all to ensure that the case assembly was correctly made and that it is watertight. Seems sensible to me. Included is a LifeProof limited warranty. I believe online, if you look at some of the people, they're reporting that they've claimed on this several times, so you do wonder a little bit about how rugged and robust these covers are. It comes with a LifeProof owner's manual, very helpful. It also comes with a special waterproof phone jack attachment, so if you want to listen to your music or take a call, it doesn't compromise the watertightness of the cover. Pretty cool, huh? To waterproof the case, they suggest you put a little bit of tissue or paper towel, I've just cut a section here, and then assemble the case before you water test it. That way you know if water gets in, you'll see moisture on the paper towel. I'm going to assemble the case. Go systematically around the edges and snap them in. Until you feel it's a very firm fit, and this cover here, make sure that that's firmly shut and that this here is screwed. That's a screw that protects the headphone port. Now it's ready to have its water test. Before it goes in for its water test, I noticed that there was a little bit of a gap there, so we're going to squeeze that in properly and just double check one more time, because I have seen people who say their phone failed the water test once they put their phone in, and that's not a good idea. Right, that's very sound, so we shut that now and do the water test. Okay, so we're going to do the water test now. Now the phone's going to go to a pot of cold water, and I'm going to put it face down so I don't put too much pressure on the front plastic. And I'm putting a mug on top filled with water, and we're going to leave it for a couple of minutes and come back and see how it goes. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes now and there are no air bubbles coming out, so that's a good sign. If you see air bubbles, the case may be compromised, and we're going to take it out and have a look and see how it went. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to dry it off with some paper towel on the outside to make sure no water gets in once I open it up. Okay, here we go. We're slowly unpeeling it. It's good that it takes a bit of a struggle because it means that it's keeping things dry. And as you can see, it's looking pretty dry. Spot of water there, that's just from my hands. That obviously didn't dry the outside quite enough, but to me that's good enough. For this video, I'm going to use this in lieu of my phone, since I'm using the phone to take the video. Now we're going to reattach it. I like to start from the top first. Slowly work my way around, making sure that covers there. As you can see, once again, it's taking a little bit of effort, which is good. But make sure you hear those snaps all around and look for no gaps, right? Yeah, that's good. Almost done. They take their waterproofing very seriously. As you can see, this is a screw-in stopper, which stops the water getting in, and your phone jack goes in here to keep the device waterproof. And this is a good idea because a lot of people complain that the box does mute the sound a little bit, but if you're an iPhone user and you're using great iPhone earplugs, well, you just plug it into here and you lose nothing with the sound quality. We'll just put this in a second. As you can see, there's a nice green grommet there to stop the water coming in, forming a good seal. Now, if you're going to be taking a lot of calls, here we go. You just screw this in. And voila, you're ready to take a call. Put your iPhone head jacks into there and you're good to go. And you could just leave it as you go. It doesn't compromise the water quality. Okay, it's a little bit ugly, but you can take calls as you go. But it's not hard to take it out again. So you just take it out like that and make sure that you reattach this. And this time you are screwing it in clockwise. Just make sure you don't see that green, fluoro green grommet, so then you know that it's protected. And you're back into business, you're waterproof once again. Now, we'll look at the buttons on the side, your usual buttons, your mute, your volume switches, and we'll turn it round. And here you have your on-off. I found once I had the phone in, that the screen was very responsive. Even though I had a screen protector on it, it did not dampen the response. I could swipe and I could do everything I needed. This button is very responsive. If not, it seems a little bit flimsy, a bit thin, so I'm not sure what would happen if that got scratched or dropped on a rock, so I'm a little bit hesitant about that. Otherwise, not bad. The back is nice and robust, providing a reasonable amount of protection, although whether 2 meters is enough, I'm not sure. Now, there is one problem, and it's the mute button. On my device, I could not get the mute button to work. I wondered if it was my cover, maybe it was made on a Friday at the factory or something. Apparently not. A lot of people are complaining online that this is not working, it's not functional. So I liked it enough to persevere, and I investigated using assistive touch, thinking I could use the mute mode. Unfortunately for my phone, the mute button, assistive touch, was not working, so I decided that I could perhaps live with it if I decided that I would use assistive touch volume up and down that would silence it. No, I don't think I should have had to worry about it, so for the money I'm not very impressed. One other problem with this model is that there is nowhere to fit a lanyard, no lanyard attachment. On earlier models, there's a lot of information on the web how you might retrofit a lanyard, basically using this area here, but this seems to have changed. Maybe the manufacturers have got onto that. It probably wasn't a sound idea, but I bought it thinking that I could, and I can't, so this leads me to be more wary of it, having a device like this that you don't want to fall into a creek or to the bottom of the ocean or down a ski slope. It seems sensible that they should have a lanyard. To me, this is a very big oversight. The LifeProof Fray is a nice looking cover. It's lightweight and is probably good for anyone that wants to avoid their phone being damaged by a quick drop into the water, but I don't think it's made for diving with or anything like that, because it's only to 2 meters, so choose it for the right purpose. Would I recommend buying the LifeProof Fray? Well, probably not for me as a hiker. If I'm caught out in a torrential rainstorm, it would, I believe, keep it waterproof, which is good. but I'm more likely to drop it without a lanyard, and that would be a serious complaint, and I don't have the functionality of muting it easily. So based on the expensive cost of this unit here in Australia, I would recommend that you try something else. I will investigate some more viable options. Thank you for watching. If you found it helpful, some thumbs up would be lovely. Thank you.